Hey guys, welcome to paper.old.new. Thanks for stopping by and spending some time with me today. Sorry I've been kind of inconsistent here recently. It's two things. One, after having something going up every day, it was the first time I had ever done that. I am worn out. I also have been working on a digital kit, and I have been working on getting this new area done. So today, now that I'm back, I wanted to give you a little update on the progress. So I'm going to switch over to my phone and take you on a little tour of what I've done so far. And then I thought we would come back and kind of try and sort through my stamps. As you've been seeing in some of the other videos, I've been paring things down. That will include rubber stamps. So I'm going to be keeping the things that I think I will use, and then I'm going to be boxing the rest of them up and seeing if maybe, people want stamps. I might put bundles of stamps in my shop for people to get. And then, that will be a possibility because, like I said, I have a lot of stamps and they just sit. And as I look at them and I decide, there are some that I just don't think I'd use. So that's a possibility. But without further ado, here's a little bit of a tour of what I've been up to and an update on how I've been using the space so far. And then we'll come back and do the sorting.
Okay, so the update I was talking about. This is a dresser that I had in my room, and I have since cleaned it out as far as mostly there's no clothes in here, just one drawer down here at the bottom. But what I have done is turned it into, so I wanted to show you. So I put some baskets in here, and this is all my cards, like my playing cards, flashcards. These are decks of playing cards back here. These are rub ones, and it just seemed like a good place to stick them because I would probably use them on these. And then you see over here is some bingo cards. I'm hoping that's still recording. I don't know what just happened, but my timer seemed to reset. So I guess I'll find out. Let me see if I remember. This drawer is empty, as you can see, waiting for stuff. In here, I figured out that I could fit one of these large drawers, so I moved all my cutting shapes up here. And then I have another shelf to put stuff on. In here, I've put my the things, remember when I organized the little golden books and I put them in these little, I put them in here because they fit really well. I don't know if that's where they're going to stay, but for now it's a good place for them. And then over here on the top, I put all those things of trim. If you go into one of my hauls, I found a lot of these things of trim, like the full thing still on the board and everything. The whole thing was marked down. So not per yard, the whole thing was marked down. And then the bottom shelf, there's a bottom shelf down there. Right now it's got some purses on it, but I'm probably going to clean that out and figure out what to do with that. Up on top of the dresser, I have one of my 12 by 12 paper things. Much easier to get to here than it was downstairs. The other one's going to be coming up and going next to it. Over here, I showed you the stuff that I was doing with the lace. So we've got these bins full of lace. And I bought baker's twine, guys. So I have baker's twine in here. And this is some of those taller, like the netting and lace things that you can get. And some of this odd trim. This one I used for, that's got whale tail punches in it. Large ones in this little guy back here and big ones up here. So we've got that. I don't know. I did do a bin of stencils. And on the side over here, I've got books. So Norman Rockwell. I think down there, I've got Ideals magazines on both of those bottom ones down there. So, and then here's my desk. So I've put these drawers in here, and we're going to be working with those in a few minutes, depending on how long this goes. And as you can see, I brought my inks and my stamps upstairs. That's what I want to sort today. So yeah, I've used some of these little bins. I've got some of the ribbon embellishment things that we made, bows and ruffles and like that. And then this is flat back charms divided into those. So I'm trying to think. I've divided up my buttons. I don't know if you can see. I've got buttons down there and buttons up there. And then I've got little jars of buttons here. So lots of buttons. I'm moving back and forth. Sorry, guys. I have my paper clips divided up here. So I've got little bitty ones. Sorry. Little bitty ones. I'm not used to filming with my phone, guys. This is weird. Little bitty ones. And then you've got your, what are they, like 1 inch? And then 2 1/4 inch. And then back there's 3 inch. And then in here, I've got book corners. So yeah, book corners. Here. And then these are those little, they're like brads. And you can poke them through a spine, and then the loop dangles out the back, and then you can attach things to the spine on your journal. Okay, so we'll put that back. Just giving you an idea what I'm using all these for. This is staples and my little stapler. These are these little guys that go up the side here. Up here, I think I've got, this is paper cutting tools. See, I labeled it. This is paper cutting tools, and then this one up here is fabric cutting. So these are my fabric scissors, so I don't mix them up. Because they're all Tim Holtz scissors, so they all look the same. Okay, the only other thing I really wanted to show you was something that I'm going to sort today. Let's see. As I told you, I'm going to be sleeping. You can see this is a bed here. This one's coming out. And then I'll have all this space to put my chair. So right now I'm sitting right here on the edge of this bed when I do crafting. Down there, you can see I have some packaging. This is still the kids' books. I haven't finished filling that in yet. You've got one of the extra bins here. And what I'm going to do is put books that I've started breaking down, you know, like the children's books that I've got. I'm going to put them in here and then stick them under there. So when I need like children's book page for something to make a pocket or whatever, I can grab it out of here. So let me transfer you over to my webcam and we will finish this up or go further into the organizing. Okay. So now you see why I made the comment that I'll be sleeping in a craft room, because you can see where I've repurposed most of a dresser. Yeah. I have gotten a lot of the bins like put in and kind of put away. Here's the bin I pulled out from underneath. And what I was talking about doing with this was, I stuck them over here out of reach. Hold on just a second. Okay, so I have these piles of children's book page that I might not use unless I'm going to fold them up into some sort of a pocket and then cover it with decorative scrapbook paper or stickers and collage on the words or, you know, whatever. So what I thought I would do, because on the shelf where this bin goes, I've got a little bit of extra height. I'm not limited by space. I thought I would put some of these children's books that I have already started like breaking down. So, I mean, you've seen me use them in other videos where we've used book page. So there's lots of pages missing, but still lots of pages to use. So I thought I would put these in here. And then the thought behind this being that when I need just some random book page to use to make stuff like this, which I could then cover the surfaces that you see, I can grab book pages out of this bin. And these should actually go into like a, I'm going to use that to back things with pile. So this will go down under where you saw me retrieve it from. And I've got space here because, like I said, that shelf is high. So I've got space where I can put stuff that's a little taller in this bin. So if this little stack of books gets bigger, I can add more to it. All right, so under there it goes. Now, the other thing I wanted to do was I have calendars, right? You guys know me. I was making calendar journals there for a while. So I have one of these bins over here. And again, the top bin on these bottom sides that I showed you,
that are over here, the very top bin sits low. So there's a little bit of a gap. So again, if I take stuff, like here's all my calendars that I've been breaking down and prepping. I even have some of the cutouts from the backs. But I've been breaking these calendars down and I've been prepping them to make calendar journals out of. And that's going to be a project we work on. So I have all these calendars that are broken down and prepped. And I'm going to put them in this bin so that I have all my calendars together. And when I find more calendars that I want to use for this, I'm going to put them in here. As a matter of fact, I've got two sitting around here somewhere that I want to stick in there. And hold on a second. So I got these from Hobby Lobby. And, oh, look at that, guys. They don't fit. Shocker. But if I put them this way, they can stick out the front a little bit, and that should be okay until I'm ready to break them down and fold them up. Because once I fold them in half, they'll fit fine. But I thought these were really pretty, and I think I'm going to have a lot of fun making a calendar journal out of this. And the other thing about this one was, I'm pretty sure this is made with the Moody Florals, and I have both the scrapbook paper pad and the 6x6 pad. And then I had this one, which I thought was really pretty, nice and bright. So we're going to make calendar journals out of those. And any other calendars I find that I think would make good calendar journals. I tend to find calendars in thrift shops that, people have decided they don't want. And I'm like, even if they're old calendars and even if they're written one, because usually you write on the calendar side, I don't use that side. I usually cover that side up. So just because of the nature of the way I put the calendar journals together, which I was inspired by My Take at the Lake originally, and then I've just kind of worked my own way to do it. So just like we do with everything. I think she did the same thing. She saw somebody do it and then she worked her own way to do it. And now I've done the same thing. This is going to be ink stuff. Okay, so I have daubers, which I think may be one of these long bins. Maybe? I don't know. Or maybe two of these long bins. Because they can't go too high above the... Oh, actually I have just enough. They can't go too high above because the lid sits right on there like that. Now, it does snap on, so as long as you can get it to snap, it'll hold. If you're curious, I got this little easy storage box at Hobby Lobby. I assume they still carry them. I've had it for a while. And then the other thing I have are these number stamps. That might sit too high. I don't want to put it in there because I'm pretty sure... Yes? No? Maybe not. You know what I really should do? All right, guys, you ready? We're going to sort by color. So maybe a light gray. This is black. There's a green and a blue. Another green. Ooh, I might have too many greens to do that. This is kind of bluish. I might not be able to do this. Another green. That's a blue-green. Of course it is. Put this one in here, this one in here. Do I have two of the same one? Nope. Those are not the same. Okay, and then I think I'm going to put all my, like, the ones that I use for distressing. Getting kind of high there, guys. I was really hoping that this would work. Like the antique linen. And here's the pink. This is more of a yellow. I don't know what I'm going to put in there with the... Here's an orange. Here's a walnut stain. Here's an old paper. Here's another green. This might not be the best way to do this. There's two more browns. A vintage photo and an old paper. Alright, fine. Dark. 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 Antique linen. I know, you guys are like, who cares? Vintage photo. That's brushed corduroy. This is old paper. I might put vintage photo over here with walnut stain. Okay, now the question is, will the lid go on there? And I think the answer is no. Actually, it does actually fit. Okay, well, this is busting at its seams, so I'm going to pour these into here because I think they'll fit better in here. And then this is my ones that I exchange out for the ones that are on there. And then I've got these because I have another one of these, but it's smaller. Okay, so that's all that. And then the question would be, what else do I want to put in here? Okay, sorry about that. I'm thinking that I might put my embossing stuff in here. Oh, they're not all going to fit. Maybe I can put them over here then. This is what happens when you don't actually know what size your bin is. But that'll work. And then these are mini daubers. So what I think I'll do is just put these all together in that purple one. And then I've got all of this set up for my small ink. Because I don't think the big ink pads will fit in here in any fashion or form, and that's not really sure what's going on there. See that? It's got extra felt. Anyway, I don't think they'll fit. They're too wide to go, like, I wanted to stand them up in these, and they're too wide for that. So I'm going to have to figure out something else to do with my big. I also have no idea what I'm going to use these little guys for, but I got them because I like little things. And I thought it might be fun to figure out, you know, if they work differently. The daubers are also domed and not flat. I'm pretty sure you can get domed ones for this size too, but all right, so that's that. And we have that all cleared up. And in the little walkthrough tour that I showed you of what's in front of me, you saw those 4 bin drawers. This is going to slide in there like this on top of those. Okay, so that goes in there. And then what I thought with those drawers below it, oh, another calendar, and these papers I think I picked to go in calendar, so we're going to stick these in this drawer. Okay, these drawers that I have in front of me, what I'm going to do, these are some stamps that I got at a yard sale. She put them in, these are DVD cases. And she put them in there and she printed out this. And when I bought them from her, she just gave them to me in the case. Now I will admit, I didn't check all the cases, and one of the cases I bought from her didn't have any stamps in it. I was a little upset, but what are you going to do? They were really cheap, so I didn't go like rushing back and trying to. But these, I definitely want to keep all of those. I just bought those. These ones are ones that I separated from their full sheet. So it's like this. And I'm half tempted, to be perfectly honest with you guys, to just take them off of here and drop them into bins like this and stick them. See? They'll fit in. Take some of this plastic out of here and just stick them in here. These little guys. And then if I come across any more that I've cut away like this, I'll put them in here, in the other one or something. The other one might be for all these. I have all these ones that look like pen nibs. So these ones are all pen. These are pens. These are pen nibs. Pen nibs. This would can go in here. This is pen nibs. That's an ink bottle. I'll put that in there. This can go in here. This can go in there. I don't know what that is. Oh, that's actually some sort of a brush. That's a pen nib. This is a swirl. I'm going to put that in there with the pen nibs. Okay. And then I can throw all these little guys away. I don't know. Is this detrimental to my stamps? Is it a horrible way to treat them? Something tells me they'll work just fine. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a stamp expert, but I get the feeling they're going to work just fine. I need a trash. You know what I don't have in here yet? A trash can. I'm going to use that as a trash bin right there. Okay, now I do have stamps that through the times, I've peeled stuff off and I've used them. So like I like them or I like some of them, you know, or whatever, and I will keep them. So like these, I haven't started opening them yet. So these are border stamps. I like these. These are background stamps. I like those. This is a big collage stamp. The ones I've used, I'm probably going to keep. I do have some that I have not used that I may actually, even though I bought them and have never used them, I may actually throw them out. I mean, I just won't use them. If I know that's the case, there's no point in holding on to them. Okay. So there's those. I have these. This is well, there you go. It's a little mouse. Do you guys remember Little House Mouse? This is Little House Mouse. I haven't actually tested these stamps, but I like them. So I'm probably not going to get rid of them, but I haven't used them yet. So we're going to hang on to those. These are all my House Mouse stamps. And these are all background stamps. I like having background stamps. I do use those. We're going to get rid of that. The doors I have used. This is all the stuff I have used. That's mostly why it's in here, is because I've used it and it's been opened, and so it's in this drawer. Now, the idea behind this being that I would take stamps and put them in these drawers right in front of me, so that, because before my stamps were all buried. So they were all in places where I couldn't get to them. So I never used any of them. None of them got used. And I feel like if they were where I could get to them, I would use them more. Does that make sense? I feel like that makes sense. Okay, so now the idea would be to go through some of these. I was wondering too if these would fit in these drawers, and they won't. That was the other thing I was going to use that for, but I don't know if it would take the weight. Put these back. Okay, I like all my word stamps. All these word stamps, I've used all of these. I like these. So I'm going to hang on to those. I think these are my biblical stamps, like I like most of these. Yeah, okay, so that's another box I'll hang on to. I just have to figure out what to do with them. Now I do have quite a few stamps that I can look at them and go, I will probably never use that. For example, I will probably never use that. I mean, you can see what it's supposed to be. It's like a swirly heart. So that will probably go in my, I'm not going to use that, I'm giving it away pile. Here's another one from that same set. So I will probably get rid of that one as well. These are on, I have quite a few of these are like a piece of wood on top of a piece of foam with a rubber stamp on the back. I like the scribbly one. I might keep that one. I will probably never use that. I should put together like a little Valentine box at this rate. I think all of these foam ones are actually from the same set. Now, which is kind of funny because I like that one. I don't know about the rest of them. This is also from that set, and I don't mind that. Here's another one from that set. Oh, these are all from that. These are all from one set. I'm thinking I might put these in the sale, make a Valentine bundle and stick all of these in it. And then I have these really tiny ones. Little hearts and flowers. They're super tiny. They are used. I did get these. I got these at yard sales and thrift stores. And these were a set, I think. So they're very tiny, itty bitty stamps. Some of these little ones I like. So I don't know. I might keep a few of these little guys. Kind of like the rose and the XOs. And maybe the heart with the arrow. The rest of it's going to go in that. I think I'm going to make a little romance, love, Valentine bundle. So there's a box. And then here's some stamps. And I have to figure out what I'm going to do with all my woodblock stamps. Okay. That I'm keeping. If I'm not going to keep them in these boxes, I got to figure out what I'm doing with them. These are all my bugs. I don't know. I like these little stylistic dragonflies. This is a shell. I like the little bee. And then I have quite a few butterflies. I have a butterfly. This is a moth. Now here we get into like, that's a beetle. And that's a ladybug. And I think this is an ant, but it's lost its tape. These are Stampin' Up! Stamps, by the way. And then here's a butterfly. Kind of like him. I'm not real fond of these bees. So, I don't know. I don't know what kind of bundle these would go in. A bug bundle, a picnic bundle, an outdoor bundle, something. I think I'll keep most of my butterflies, though. My butterfly and my moth. I'm going to get rid of the dragonfly. I'm going to keep the bee and the butterflies. And I don't want the shell, but I don't know where to put it. If that ends up being a nature kit, then that's where it'll be. Sorry, I was closing the door so I could see my large monitor and how long I've been doing this. Okay, so we've got some flowers. Now these little stylized flower things, these I'm not a fan of, so these I will probably put in here. I kind of like that one, although I could do without the Best Wishes. I've decided that I'm going to try, like when I stamp, like stamp all over it and then use a Q-tip to wipe away what I don't want stamped. See how well that works. Okay, here's a couple more flowers. I like those. They're very small, though. My thing is I wanted big flowers, and I don't have a lot of big flowers. Okay, what do we got here? I'm not a fan. I might do a floral. This is ivy. I might hold on to that one. This is a rose. I'm going to get rid of that, and I'm going to get rid of this. So maybe a gardening journal. Maybe that's what I could put the bugs in. A gardening kit. Although that's a lot of stamps, so that one might be a little... Okay, I think I actually have two of these. This one was $2.99 at Goodwill. So was that one? No. You know what? I think I got these when I went to the bins. So yeah, that might go in the gardening box. Here, see, I have two of these. That's funny. I'll hold on to this one because it looks like I used it, and then I'll put this one in the thing to sell. That's not a sentiment I would probably use on. This is more a card making thing, I think. The birds with a balloon. I feel like that's very card making. So any of you card makers out there. I kind of like that little stylized flower thing. I don't know what I would use it on, but I almost want to be able to take a knife and cut that off, because I would probably never use the words on that, ever. Same with this. I like the little wheelbarrow. I don't want to use the thanks a bunch, which means I got to ink it and then take the ink off of there, or just be really careful how I ink. I don't know. I'm going to try it, and if I don't like how it works, then I'm just going to get rid of them. Happy birthday to you. Yeah, these sound like things to go with these card making kits. These also are Stampin' Up! Stamps, so if you've been looking for Stampin', I'm just going to put them over there. I'm not going to mess with them. I don't want to mess with them. I have all these boxes now. Okay. The boxes actually go in this thing up here. See that rectangle? The boxes sit on that rectangle and then they slide into something. So yeah, that's supposed to be books, but I think I've stamped it and it's worn out and it doesn't look like books really well anymore. So this is one of those ones where I would put it in a bundle to give to somebody else, but I feel like it's not a really great stamp. I might just pitch that one. I have done the phone. It works pretty good and I like it. So I'll hang on to that. I'm not a big fan of this one. I have stamped it. My personal opinion, I wouldn't probably use this again. It's a bag of coffee beans and a coffee. So that's going to go in the... this is spilled ink. I don't know. We'll see. I do like this key. I've used it. I do not like this mailbox. I think I'm going to start putting all the boxes back on the trays because this will no longer be how I'm storing the stamps, so I might as well. Oops. Got stuck. Okay, and then I have this box. I think this is all... Well, not all, because I see other stamps back there. Oh, I've got this divided. Okay, so I've got a fish, 3 cats, and a chicken. Okay, and then these are all footprints. Like animal footprints. Most of them are marked. Like, I mean, well, they show what the footprint looks like. And then I think somebody, like that says deer. I think whoever owned these before I got these used, marked them. But I'm probably going to put these into a little paw print kit and rid myself of them. That sounds so awful. I shouldn't say it like that. It's not necessarily going to make anybody else want them either. It's all going to depend on what you use and what you stamp with. Those are not things that I think I will stamp with. So I'm just going to... All right. I still have stamps in the box, in that other box. Okay. Now, these were ones I was keeping. I don't know how I want to organize these drawers. It's almost going to be one of those things where I put them in there and then I just sort of pull them out, look, see what's there. I think I'm going to put all of these in here. I want to be able to put this drawer away. Okay, I don't know that that's going to happen yet, but okay. Do I have anything else I might want to mix in there? What's in this box? I feel like I have this box, which is... Ooh, that says crown and keys. Maybe I'll put this key in here. I might put the phone and the ink well in here too. Just because I feel like they kind of go with the theme of... Yeah, whatever. I'm just... this is lines with a little... I'll put this in here. I like this stamp. I've used it. Okay, what else we got? All right, I'm gonna... This I thought looked very Project Life, like you could make your own little Project Life card. I'm probably not going to use that one. I'm definitely not going to use that one. Life is a great bundle of little things. I don't know. I might use that to make journaling cards or something. I am not going to use the good work check. That says also thinking of you. And this says, oh, like I said, this is going to be hard because then I have to sort them. Sorry, you have to excuse me. I stood up, so if my head gets in there, I apologize. Put that over there. And I have these. You know what I should be doing? I have some boxes of stamps behind me that I should. Okay. These are. It's a little flower. I think that's a flower petal. Like for you to build your own flower. And then you have this flower and this flower. I thought these were neat. I'm going to hang on to those. I haven't used them yet. Okay, and then I have these letters. I have R, D, C, and W. It's only the 4. The set only, the thing only had the 4 letters in it, which was kind of weird to me. But I might stick them all in here. That in there. It's like Tetris, but with stamps. Okay, so I think I'll do that, and then this will go right here. Okay, and I have stamps. Easily accessible, which is nice. All right, now, the ones I was talking about, I have things like this. I have these little kits. I boxed kits, guys. This is the bin to go above the bin we just put in. So I'm going to put maybe background. Look at that sucker. Maybe background style stamps in here. What I was thinking is if I take this stuff out of these boxes, I can use the boxes to ship some of the, like put the stuff in my shop and then ship it. I can use the boxes for that. Like this one, I think I'm going to put these in here. Okay, and then I can put something in this one. I don't know what yet, but something. I can also put these flowers in here. And this little guy. Okay. I feel like that's all backgroundy stuff. Okay, now. Ooh, I like all of these. Important messages. Original. I think we're just going to put all of these in here. And then there's another box I can use. I like it. These are all Christmassy stamps. Let me see if I can think. Do I have any more? Oh, I have this whole kit of kitchen stamps. Let's see. They're the foam ones. So it's a foam block. Only these are topped with paper and not wood. But it's a foam block and it's got all these little kitchen gadgets. So there's a whisk and a little mitt. Yeah, see, this is the kind of stuff I would think I could put in one of these. Although this might be big. Ooh. Let's see if they'll fit in this little guy. Because I'm going to take these out of here. I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet, but I'm going to take them out of there. And we could put like this. Now, of course, these aren't Stampin' Up! Stamps, and yes, this is a Stampin' Up! Box, but, I mean, just as something to contain all the stamps so that if somebody was to look at this kit and say, hey, I could use that because I make cooking journals or recipe cards or, you know, whatever, then you could possibly use these stamps and they could all get shipped in this little box. And you would have a little container. to keep them in. But it's all kinds of little kitchen-y stamps. There you go. So that's a little bundle that I'll probably put in my shop and ship. Oh, guys, this is going to take a while. I'm going to say I thought I was going to be, this was going to be a little less. Ooh, I want to keep this one. I don't want to, I'm going to keep that one. Get rid of this. Probably get rid of that. I'll probably get rid of all of these. So. This is seriously a lot more than I thought it was. These are all trains. I might not get rid of this. I want to do a train journal, so I might just hold on to all of those. Okay, I think these are like Angel's Robe. I'm gonna hold on to that because I want to see how it stamps. Handmade by. Might hold on to that too. It's a corner stamp. Oh, and this is homemade by. This is another kitchen stamp. That's also grapes. It's a little grape. So maybe these can be another bundle of little kitchen stamps. I can only do so much with the themes, guys. Okay. Just 'tis what it is. Okay, what do I got here? Oh, here's a big garden heart. I think I tried to get this to work and I couldn't get it to work. And I don't know if it was because of the ink I was using or what. If somebody sees this and wants this stamp, you can contact me and let me know. I've used the topiary stamp. I actually kind of like this one. Oh, there's a leaf that can go in here with the flower things. That is also a leaf. I don't know about those. I like all of these. So those, and I think most of these. Oh, well, maybe not. I like the lighthouse. I'm not a huge fan of the rope knot. There's another rope knot. I like the anchor. This is a ship's wheel with 2 people in it. And these are sailboats that actually I think this is a buoy. So they're kind of nautical. Okay, so let's take this out of here. Because you see, I still have a ton of these. So these are going to have to go in a bin. And then I have all my wooden stamps that I want to keep to go in a bin. And I want to get everything out of the those boxes that you saw them in. And I want to put them into these drawers. So I've got this drawer and this drawer. That might have to have more added to it. One of these drawers has got to be all of these. So like all of these plastic stamps or like silicone stamps. They all have to go somewhere. The problem, of course, being that when I want to use them, I'm going to have to like fumble through those bins. All right, so in this one, in this one, we're going to put these. So how's everybody been? I'm sorry, I've been very just talking about my stamps and not really anything fun. How has everybody been? Are you? There's these. Oh, these were going to go in the word bin. We're going to put these in here. Have you guys been working on projects? Because I've been kind of working on projects, but mostly this has been my project. So I'm kind of behind on all my projects. but I think everything else is giveaway stuff. This is all giveaway stuff or sell stuff. Well, not these. And then I have this tin. Yeah. This was a plan. I don't know if it was a good plan, but it was a plan. Actually, you know what? Well, I haven't seen how it stamps, so I'll hold on to it for now. I have seen how this stamps, and I'm not a fan. That's not one that I'll keep, so that can go in my giveaways. I do like this one. That one. I haven't done my America journal yet. Any of my, like, what is that? That's not even supposed to be in there. That's supposed to be in my, look at that, I'm out of space. This is going to have to get opened back up and used for more than just what I was thinking it was going to get used for. I'm just going to have to, it's just going to be a matter of me having to fumble through these as I want them. Okay, now these ones. I don't even know why I bought these. I think I wanted Christmas stamps and these were the ones I found. I am not going to use these. They're very, what's that art stuff? Primitive art or whatever they call it with the, I don't know. This is not me. So more than likely that set will go. These are 2 from tags. And the thing about this is, I will probably use some of these, but not all of these. Like, I would probably use these. Maybe this. I don't think I would use that. I don't know about the horn. I mean, the little caroling animals are cute, but I don't know if I would actually use it. I guess if I was doing kind of a foresty Christmas journal. Of course, there's always the idea that you could use these to make your own Christmas tags. So, you know what I might do is take these and put them in this, and then sell this as a Christmas bottle. I know it probably won't be $10, but I mean, it's got a lot of stamps in it, so. We'll have to see. I have to weigh it and find out how much it's going to cost me to ship it. Because that's the other thing. Okay, so that's going to be a bundle. This is a haunted house. And an eat, drink, and be scary. Those in there. Alright, so let's get this out of here. And of course, the only thing I have left really is this is all my regular size ink. So I have to figure out where I'm going to put that as well. I can't seem to find my... I must not have brought it up here. I have a basket that's got all my silicone stamps in it. And I was going to go through those real quick. Okay, just for a little funny haha. I did go find this, which I wanted for my inks. But this is the basket I just paused to tell you I wanted to go look for. So, as you can see, I'm stellarly keeping track of things. Okay, and now I want these. See how they're coming off their thing? I'm going to have to figure out a different way to store these, but for now, to get them up from the basement, I am putting them in here. These are little coffee shop stamps. I like these. I think for now I'm going to keep this set. These will go in my shop. I like these and these. I haven't actually used these, but I want to. They're going to fit in there only if I turn them this way. Okay, those are my honey ones. I think I'm going to get rid of this set, so if anybody's interested in See, I like 2 stamps on there. Okay, I'm just going to let that one go. I'm going to put this in here. Well, if I can get it out of here, we're going to put it in here. Okay, and then, oh, those are my little gnomes. I can't decide. Okay, guys, I'm just going to stick these in here because I can't decide right now. But I'm definitely going to get rid of those. We can put this away. And I still have a lot of work to do. There is still a ton of stuff down in my basement that is not, like, ready to come up. Those are my drawing slips from the giveaway drawing. Did you see those? I still haven't, in case you see this, MB Art Studio, I have not heard from you by email, so I need to know, you were my first pick, so you are the one I need to hear from as far as, well, I need your address, but I also need to know which journal you want. So I need you to get in touch with me. My email address is in my description box, and if you could please contact me and let me know which one you want so that I can get the ball rolling and get all that set up. This was a long sorting video, guys, and I still have stuff to plug into it. Oh, goodness. All right, well, I hope you stuck with me through most of it, and I will see you guys with the next sort. Hopefully, I'll be getting some crafting in soon because I've got most of my stuff up here, so we might be able to do some crafts. So I'll see you guys again soon. Bye-bye.